What's going on, everybody? It's Soul Impact here, and my goal is to help you max out your potential. This is episode 3 on the anxiety segment, and on today's episode I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few techniques that can help you overcome anxiety. Now, anxiety is a feeling that you're not meeting a need of yours, right? And feelings evidently change. And it's important that we remember that feelings are emotions in motion, right? Now, I'm going to be sharing a few techniques with you guys on meditation and various breathing exercises that will help you overcome your anxiety. Now, the first technique that I want to discuss with you guys is breathing. Breathing, right? It's so easy, but we all get it wrong. It's crazy that most people don't breathe properly, right? I'm gonna have another video on this topic where I'm gonna do a deep dive and go more in depth, but for the sake of staying on topic for this video, for the sake of anxiety, it's important that we just understand the basics, that breathing improperly can cause a wide range of complications throughout your whole system, okay? Now, the technique that I want to share with you guys is something called box breathing. And box breathing is actually a breathing exercise that's often used in the military, okay? So basically what it is imagine that there is a box right in front of you. I want you to vision it. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. Right, you're working your way up towards that box. You're breathing in for 4 seconds, and then you're gonna hold your breath for 4 seconds as you go across. Then you're gonna let your breath out for 4 seconds as you work your way down. Then you're gonna hold your breath for another 4 seconds as you work your way across. Now, in the process of that, you just completed a box. You just made a square. Now, while you're doing this exercise, I want you to be very conscious of your breathing. I want you to vision a box while you're doing it, if it helps you, and just do it really slow. So now if you guys want to do it with me, do it along with the video. If you're stressed right now, pay attention to how it might make you feel. If you're not stressed, give it a shot. That way you know you can use this whenever you're in a moment that you're triggered or whatever the case might be. So you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Let out your breath for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for another 4 seconds. Then you repeat that cycle over and over until you feel that you're back at ease and you have a sense of stability. Now, this has a huge impact on your nervous system. Typically, when we're anxious, our nervous system gets all out of whack. We might get in our head. This kind of helps to recenter yourself if things are feeling weird, if you're feeling anxious, right? This is a good practice to implement. Now, when you're breathing, a lot of times people don't even realize how they're breathing. You want to pay attention to, am I breathing through my chest or am I breathing through my stomach? This is a normal function that we automatically master when we're babies, right? We master that, but somehow as we grow older, we lose the ability. We can breathe to survive, but we're not breathing properly. Why? Because of society, because of different stresses that you experience on a day-to-day. If you ever notice when someone might trigger you, you might have shortness of breath. You may notice different breathing patterns. It really depends on how aware you are to your mental state in those moments. That's why I like to always preach, you have to try and expand your awareness. And when I say that, I mean in all aspects, in all layers, right? So focus on your breathing. Just pay attention to your breathing right now by yourself. If you notice that you breathing is you breathing from your chest, that's a huge contributor to why you might be feeling more anxious or to other health issues that you might be experiencing. When you breathe, you want to breathe through your stomach. Imagine a balloon expanding, okay? You're breathing through your stomach and it's expanding like a balloon. You literally start from the bottom of your abdomen and work your way up to the top when you breathe. And you want to have controlled breaths. Now, when you do this, if you feel any type of tension in your midsection, or if it feels hard, or if you feel like you can't get that much oxygen and now you have to breathe quicker, almost like shortness of breath, it's all right. Like, you have to get used to it. It feels weird at first. You have to basically get rid of all the lactic acid buildup that's in your midsection. That's gonna help to free it up. So as you're working on these exercises, I promise you it'll become easier, maybe even after 5 minutes, maybe after 10. It's gonna vary for every single person who's trying this, but breathe through your stomach and be slow and controlled while you're breathing. All right, give it a shot. The next technique that I want to go over with you guys is meditation. Now, meditation is amazing. If you're not doing it, definitely apply that to your day to day. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, regular stress, or you just want to straight up improve and max out your potential, you will receive benefits from meditating, and the list goes on and on. So just to briefly touch on how beneficial meditation is for you, there are brain scans that have been done that have proven that specific areas in the brain matter in specific regions have correlated to an increase in pain tolerance, a decrease in anxiety, a decrease in depression. Come on. Like, it's very simple. You sit down and you go within, but it's super difficult because it's the hardest thing in the damn world. It really is, especially if you're someone who's an overthinker. You think a lot. When you sit down, you might not know where to begin or where to start. If you search other videos on this, you learn a lot more, but you also might be overwhelmed because there's various forms of meditation. It's best to just start off simple. If you're new to it, start for 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes first thing in the morning, 5 minutes before you sleep. You want to eventually work yourself up to 15 minutes, then 30 minutes, and so on. And you go at your own pace. You figure out what's best for you and your own needs, right? So you want to get into a comfortable space, right? Use the bathroom, drink some water, whatever you need to do to help keep that mind calm. Whatever you feel is going to help you get into the right mentality, set yourself up for success. Sit down, take a seat, sit with good posture, be one with your breath. Whenever your mind starts to get crowded and you don't know what's going on, or you're thinking about what you got to do in an hour, what you should have done yesterday, or you forgot to text back or call back this person, forget about it all. Easier said than done, but the minute you have those cascade of thoughts going on and on in your head, take your focus back to your breath, okay? Take your focus back to your breath. That's going to help to recenter you. And if those thoughts come in, don't try and focus on clearing your head. That's what you want to do, but ask yourself why you're having those thoughts. Work through them, because essentially you're just running from them. Essentially you're just trying to ignore them, and that's not really beneficial to your growth. Why are you having these thoughts? Don't ponder on them, don't dwell on them, don't stay on them for too long. Ask yourself why you're having these thoughts. Realize that the thoughts that you're having aren't in fact you, and you are the observer of your thoughts, okay? Let me say that again. You are the observer of your thoughts. So refocus, recenter yourself back to your breath. Here's a quick clip of me meditating. Now while you're meditating, I want you to use your imagination, right? You can focus on clearing your mind, or you can focus on something that you want to change or bring into your life or let go of in your life. But if you're struggling, using your imagination might help propel your progress. Visioning where you want to be in the next 2 weeks, next month, next year. Visualizing the person that you might want to let go of. Imagining you being in your divine self, you and your maxed out potential, you and the dream career that you have for yourself, you making your passion a reality that you made into your career. Imagine that, because once you do that, you're then going to adopt all of the different characteristics that it takes to actually get there. You might notice a lift in your mood just from doing that alone. So definitely give that a shot, make that a practice. I'm telling you, any successful person on this planet, this is something that they do, and this is just one of those hidden secrets. So feel free to do that. I promise you, you'll notice a huge changes from making that a part of your daily practice. Your imagination is important, but you want to be mindful of what you imagine. We all get lost in our imagination for things that don't serve us or for something that takes us a few steps back. We want to control what we imagine so that way it serves us, so that way we can get to our goal, right? That's the goal here. But if you're someone that deals with anxiety, this is an amazing technique to apply along with the breathing exercises, and you're on the road to a good path. Now, here on this channel, right, I say this all the time, my goal is to help you max out your potential. This first segment I did was on anxiety, and I wanted to touch on that topic because I know a lot of people deal with that issue and they struggle with it and they would love to know how to overcome it. So this is the third video on this segment. I'm going to make a lot of other videos in the future on anxiety. Now, for my next video, I'm probably going to start a new segment, episode 1, on home workout videos. With everything going on, I think it'll be a great idea and it'll bring a lot of value to you for me to show you guys some of the workouts that I do at home for different muscle groups, different benefits that I can have for you. And I'll even touch on some mobility exercises because we don't want to just look like we look good. We want to move good. We want to be ninjas on call. So if you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, hit the bell notification so you can be notified on any gems that I drop. You want to be notified on the content that I'm going to be releasing. I'm going to be stepping it up every single video that I put out. This is a learning game for me, and all I want to do is max out my potential, and this is just another layer that I'm gonna max out, okay? So feel free to check out my Instagram page if you haven't. My Instagram page is SoulXImpact. I do have some home workout videos there. However, those are just short snippets. What I'll bring here on YouTube will be me going into more depth and also explaining and educating on why you might want to do some specific movements. That being said, guys, like always, stay ready.